Welcome to the Wendy's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about gaming and we eat food at Wendy's. We've already eaten the food. Let's get to the games. We don't have any waters today because our cameraman, Trevor with a G,
refuses.
He's lazy.
To get the prize.
Straight up lazy.
Yeah.
We're debating replacing him.
Yeah, we probably will. We'll probably get like
just step in.
a Travis with a G, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe more reliable.
Travis is cool.
We'll see. All right, your hosts tonight, we have...
Peter M.
I'm John E.
Mitchell V.
Carson B.
And we call him Mitch E V. Not the letter E, but because Mitchie is kind of a cool. You don't have to call him that.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
You just call him Mitch B.
We have our topic tonight is Fatal Attraction, or what draws us into games.
You know, like what sparks your interest in a game?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we want to nail down.
Mhm.
And I think it's different for every person.
So to start off, let's talk to our newest host, Mitchie V. So, Mitchie.
What's your gaming background, please?
I don't know what to
Just start talking.
I mean, like,
Start talking
what are some
about
of your
what?
just some of your
Like-
all-time
like,
favorite
yeah.
games
What
in no
are some-
particular order?
Where did you grow up with, and what are you at now?
I started off my gaming career on the PlayStation, just the original PlayStation.
Same.
I played a lot of Spyro games. I played
Year of the Dragon,
yes, Year of the Dragon. It's the best one, hands
skateboarding.
down. Yes. The freaking cheetah.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
I
remember that.
Yeah. I had a Game Boy, like a lot of people. I played
Color.
Yeah, Game Boy Color.
I started on the advance, straight to it.
And then I got PlayStation 2 with my own money when I was probably about 7.
Garage sale.
Actually, no. My uncle, his dad runs a pawn shop, and so I got it from there for about $60, and it was one of the.
Pawn shop.
When you're 7, walking around school, I got a PlayStation from a pawn shop, and everyone's like, "Whoa,
What's
Okay.
a pawn shop?
So he definitely has street
Sounds cool.
cred.
that's a 7. I have a 7-year-old."
And then I think probably one of my all-time favorite games that I've ever played was on the PlayStation 2, and it has to be Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal.
That game is
That's the best
amazing.
Ratchet and Clank game.
RNC
I had that.
up your A. That's
It is a great game.
It's a fantastic game.
I've
There you
played.
never
tons
played
of it.
him, but
I don't like
I've heard
any of
a lot of-
I don't like any of the other Ratchet and Clank
Yeah.
games. I hate all the other ones. Just
ne-
that one.
I like all of them,
You've
but
never played it.
Up Your Arsenal
What
is
are
the
you,
best.
a Chrono Trigger kid?
yeah, I guess you might call me that.
okay, you two.
I'm a '90s kid.
YOLO swag.
Yeah, swag.
Okay, no, don't no.
We can edit that.
Don't know.
know.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway,
Also, I play Xbox 360 now when I get the time.
right. I think
What's the best game on that platform?
I don't even really play it that often anymore.
Okay.
I just kind of use it for Netflix.
Yeah, that's
so. Netflix is the best game on the Xbox.
It sits in my
360.
room and I watch Netflix all the time.
the net box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's same here.
Yep.
All right, let's just talk about the topic because I think it's an interesting one and one that you can kind of look at, and it varies person to person. So, Peter, what draws you into games?
Well, I have to say that.
Like blue spiky dudes.
Okay. Maybe a bit. I do like blue and spiky things
Yeah,
at the same
pretty
time.
good.
They're pretty good, yeah. But no, I'd have to say that things that draw me into games would be other people's opinion of them that have played them, like reviews and first impressions and stuff like that.
So you're a conformist.
Critical acclaim. Yeah,
conformist gamer.
yeah.
Okay, no, I prefer cautious. I don't like buying random games that I find on Steam and it's
That's
like
the best kind.
for like $20 that I have no idea what it is.
That's the
all
best.
I see is a
Yeah,
screenshot
Probably
that
not
has
for
like
$20.
a little guy.
For $5.
Then don't buy
Okay.
$20
Buy
games.
whatever
Buy
you
$5
like.
games.
If you pay
$5.
if you pay $20 and you get 5 of them,
Okay.
Well, yeah, then you can do the
Value.
shit,
I mean-
that's a good value.
That's-
That's marketing strategy.
That's some marketing swag.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I bought a lot of games on Steam just because they looked interesting and they were cheap, like indie games, that kind of thing. I found some pretty cool ones, like especially during the sales when you get like the $2 games.
Yeah,
and it's
I
just
love
like,
that.
this
best.
has like some pixel art. Yeah,
Sure, why not?
all right.
Games.
Oh, hey,
10
a couple
minutes
of,
played.
couple of free ones.
Yeah, like Steam's great for that.
Yeah.
Having 90% sales over the summer, so you just buy as many games.
I know,
as you want.
I
It's
know.
pretty cool.
Steam's the
Compared
best.
to Microsoft, who, doesn't ever have sales.
Ever.
Yeah, even EA has some sales sometimes, like on Origin.
And they're
But who wants to?
but
do
who wants to
EA?
actually get EA? 'Cause
Okay,
Then you have to like do the whole.
I know,
if it's used, pay for.
I know
online
EA
and stuff.
sucks, but some of the games are decent.
Some of the games
Yeah,
are
I
good,
mean, like,
but they're just
you-
like a giant conglomerate corporation that feeds on the lives of games.
EA as
I
a
think
producer
a
is
lot of-
bad, but it has a lot of good
It supports good games.
developers under it.
Okay, yeah. Like they make.
I
good
think a
games,
lot of
but they don't
publishers
support
are
them.
corporations. I think that's a good point.
Yep. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
What about you, John?
No,
What draws you
yeah.
to a game?
I don't know. There's a lot of things. I think mostly the sense that it's something that's never been done before.
Right.
Like if a game
Mhm.
has some kind of
Originality.
new,
It's
yeah,
gotta be unique. That's one of my main points too.
like you can look at League of Legends, and like I guess it's kind of interesting in that it's free to play, and it kind of started that whole thing in a lot of ways, but it's pretty much just Dota. Like,
okay, it sort of is just Dota.
yeah, and I don't know. That's just not that appealing to me, having played Dota and not been thrilled with it. And even if a game doesn't impress me a lot, the thing that draws me into it is that it's something new and interesting, like Minecraft. You know, it's kind of
it
something
was
that
something
I
that
remember I was
nobody
an
had
alpha
ever
kid
done.
Yeah.
in that
hadn't
game.
really been done before, and that
Like-
interested me. So, yeah, I'm trying to think about like Borderlands
Yes.
was one that was really sweet because it was like, well, first-person shooter,
Like, yeah, the
talent trees. I'm sold.
yeah
Like,
RPG.
best things
That's
ever.
it. That's everything I need.
That
Randomized
is it.
weapons.
Pretty much
Yeah.
just build a game where you can do headshots and have talent trees, and I'm in.
There you go. And that's 90% of America right there.
Yes, I am the 90% of America.
Mitchell.
I'm supposed to tell them what country we're from.
We didn't say we were from America. We just said America.
Yeah, I represent America. We're in Ireland. No, we're not. Just
Anyway,
cut that out.
do we even know if they have Wendy's in Ireland?
I don't. I
They might
mean,
consider it like
Wendy
Well,
seems kind
it's
of
North
like an
America.
Irish
We're
maiden.
Canadian. North American beef.
You know? Okay.
Anyway.
They have a
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the North
in
American
Iraq,
kind of
so
thing.
I'm assuming they have
Okay.
Wendy's in
Okay.
Ireland.
They have Wendy's in Iraq.
Anyway, back to
No,
gaming.
what did you say? Did you say McD?
It's not
okay.
important.
I said Wendy's.
Let's just move on.
Hey,
No
hey,
endorsing.
No endorsing.
I
Yeah.
didn't. Okay.
Careful.
He said Wendy's.
Careful.
That's-
Anyway, so
okay.
Mitchell.
Let's just move along.
Mitchell,
What draws you into
what do you like
games?
about
Um,
games?
other than the unique factor, like John said, I really like something to be able to. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I had something in my head.
Depth.
It has to have you have to be able to do something different with it
Replayability.
every time. It has to have replayability.
Yeah.
So you have to. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't just have a 15-hour game and then just never be able to do anything else on it because
Yeah.
you've completed every single thing.
Yeah.
So, like again with Borderlands or with Fallout, you can go and you can create a different character and you can do something completely different with it.
Yeah.
And that's really important to me because that way I don't have to spend a lot of money on new games. I can just use something that I already have, but do something different with it.
Yeah. I think that's important too. Like, often the things that we think of as our favorite games are the ones that we like put the most hours into.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is like multiplayer helps a lot.
Yes.
Because with multiplayer,
Yeah,
it's
it's
always
always
different, like
Fresh.
guaranteed. But single player games, if they can really nail the like letting you do things differently
Yeah.
and adding to the experience each time you play, then that's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
All right, Carson.
So, originality. You guys have brought up some
We've
points that I
hit
was
some
already
pretty
gonna-
key
yeah,
points.
Some pretty key points, and one thing that I'm going to say that you guys haven't brought up yet. I love open world games, and
Oh, yeah.
mostly because it ties in all that stuff: replayability, originality. They're usually original, at least they can try to make them
To an
like
extent.
Minecraft was a very original game, completely open world. You can do anything you want. Keeps my interest.
Yeah.
Still keeps my interest. I've put so many hours in that game. I just play it all the time because you can just do whatever you want, and there's no guidelines. You can still have as much fun as you can in a campaign game, but it's not as restricting. You can do anything you want.
Yeah. So
And
you're
on the
so
note
you're
of-
saying that you like freedom. You like freedom.
I
in your
like to
games.
have a lot of freedom in my games. I like to be able to do anything.
Have you ever played Crackdown?
Yes, I have.
Oh my god, I love
Yes,
Crackdown.
I have. That's a good game. But it still
It's like-
has the campaign aspect, but you can do anything you
Yeah,
want.
and I think
go
that
anywhere you want.
I think that the part about Crackdown being able to go anywhere you want is extended because you're with the whole superpower aspect of it. You literally can go anywhere you want.
want.
Do
So-
whatever.
What wasn't there like some kind of glitch where if you got the demo for Crackdown 2, you could like get out of the demo zone and play the entire game?
I
I think I
There was
remember
I
that.
heard a little bit about
There was
that.
a
Yeah.
game that came out a
That's
while
awesome.
ago that
That's hilarious.
I can't remember what it was called, but there was like a 20-minute demo, but there was a way you could get out, and it was like a destruction game where you cause as much destruction as possible.
Oh, Just Cause 2.
Just Cause 2, and
Oh,
it was a
yeah.
20-minute demo, but people found a way to get around the 20 minutes so they could
Uh-huh.
play throughout the whole game. Over
Just Cause
20
2 is
minutes,
an
and
Maybe I
amazing
am
game.
thinking of that.
I
Just
only
Cause
got
2
the
is
demo.
so
I never-
awesome.
I never actually got the full game. I never
Yeah,
actually did the glitch.
I played the demo.
Hey,
I played
I
the
own
demo
the game on
20
Steam,
times.
but I never played it.
I have the
Hey,
I have
you
the
should,
demo
you
on my
should gift
Xbox
me
for a
that
while.
game.
The game is awesome.
If I can, maybe I
I
will.
don't think you can once
I'd
you.
like-
I don't know if I can once I've activated it.
Yeah,
But
True.
once
I
you
don't-
activate
that's
it,
true.
it doesn't work. But
That's too bad.
it's a
We'll
good
check-
game.
we'll check it out.
It's really good.
well, and I'd like to play it, especially like the multiplayer mod
Oh yeah,
was popular.
I definitely.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
cool.
haven't tested that out yet. That's one of the main reasons
As I
I got
said,
it because
I
it sounded pretty
like the
sweet.
game.
I think
but I never had the money.
I think that it says something about a game if you can play a half an hour demo over and over and over again,
Oh yeah,
which I did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I did
yeah,
the same.
seriously.
Like I downloaded the demo and I could play that for hours and,
But then
and still
demos-
not get bored of it.
Demos like that
Because
kind of
it's-
defeat the purpose of selling the game, because if you can just play the demo over and over for a half an hour, over and over and over
But-
again,
but
then no
no,
one ever actually
But
buys
the problem
game.
with that is there's like an
There's-
obnoxious like 5-minute intro
Yeah.
scene that you have to
Yeah,
watch
that,
every
yeah,
single
okay,
time.
yeah.
I hate
That
it.
intro
That's
scene is the
true.
worst because you
That
can't
is- you
skip
can't
it.
skip- that is
It's
one
so
reason
bad.
Just to buy the game. It's just not to have to watch the
Stupid
intro
intro
again.
scenes.
another game that was kind of like that was Bulletstorm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
with
could just
the
play
guy.
the demo with that.
Oh, I
'Cause
remember
they
that.
give you like a few different guns to play with, and that game is pretty cool. And
That
that
game was
allows
pretty
you to
sweet.
just
I
do
wanted
things.
that, and the only
never
reason
played
I
the
didn't
whole
get
game,
it.
but-
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't get it is because when it came out, my mom wouldn't let me buy it because she thought it was too graphic. So I
Yeah.
never bought it. I
could see
wanted
that.
it.
Yeah.
I wanted it.
I don't know, like to me it's kind of the demo issue though. Like I played the demo and I was like, I don't know what more there is to offer in the rest of the game. Like
Yeah.
Like
plus
they're-
it's all over
Different
the top.
creatures
Like
and
it's
stuff, but
I don't know. But
Like,
that was a good demo.
It didn't seem
I
like there
liked
was
the
much.
demo. I played it at least 10 times.
It didn't seem
through
like there was much else they could do other than like what
Yeah.
the demo offered. Like it seemed like
And they
after
had
the
other
demo,
guns.
yeah. But after the demo, it would be a lot of the same.
Yeah.
I'd like
I
to add a point in real quick that I just thought of before we move on to the next topic. One thing that I also look for in games is music. I love like good soundtracks. Like
yeah.
if you remember back
And just
in like,
sound
the,
design in general.
the days of
Effects.
Pokemon, when I used to play Pokemon, I love the different style of music they use in that game, and I
Even
enjoyed
still,
listening
like
to
the original
music.
Pokemon?
It was just
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah.
cool.
Like
But
I
then
like 8-bit music. It's
Yeah.
fun.
sometimes like they come out with good games that I like, but the reason I don't like it is because the soundtrack can be annoying. Just
Yeah.
the worst music ever, and I just
Yeah.
it ruins things for me. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things I just
Soundtrack is one of those things that's what makes me like one of the things that makes me really love Valve games, because all Valve games have great soundtracks,
Yeah.
especially
I know, I
Portal.
can make or break a
Portal
game.
2.
I spend a lot of time playing games in like the middle of the night with the volume turned down, so I don't wake anybody up. So I don't.
Well, if you're that, if you go that
can
way
like
about
look
gaming,
up music
yeah.
from the game and be like, this is awesome. What game is this? Oh, hey, I played that game 8 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like game music a lot.
That's one of the reasons I like Guitar Hero so much. I think just because I like
Just
music.
music.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
even really a video game.
That-
But
yeah, I
because
get-
I'm
I get
such
what
a
you mean, but-
I have music inside of me, and that's just one of the things that I really connect to. So that's one of the reasons I play Guitar Hero is because I have
music.
such
You have the music
Music
in
inside
you.
your soul.
You're the
got
music
man.
in me.
I feel you, dog. Yeah, I think we hit a lot of. Okay, one thing that I also want to mention is depth. This kind of goes along with replayability, but like
Yeah.
I like a game that has a high skill curve. You know that you can
That's true,
that
right.
you can. The more you play it,
The better you get,
the more that you
can do.
feel that you're comfortable with the game and that you're better at it.
Yeah.
Like games where you can improve are
Yeah.
cool. Like where when you've played the game after a certain amount of time, you can do things that you couldn't do before.
And
I
like,
think that's cool.
So
I like difficult games.
Would you consider that like? Would you consider like games where you have to level up to get to a certain point to do something that, or would you consider just
Well-
skill curve
Not necessarily leveling, because I mean,
because that's a part of the game anyway?
yeah, I mean games generally get harder as they go on,
Right.
but like, I guess I'm thinking mostly multiplayer games, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so where you're
Well, yeah,
playing online
true.
Yeah,
against other people.
and you can.
There
Or,
are some-
or like games where you can ramp up the difficulty and
Right.
you can
Yeah,
beat
I
it
like-
on
yeah.
legendary.
But there are
Right.
some games that like I like games where as you go through the game they'll give you harder things to use and they're better, but you have to have more skill to use them and you have to practice.
Yeah.
But games like Call of Duty, like when you're in the campaign,
Here's a
it's
gun,
literally
shoot
just
people.
Okay.
here's a gun, use it,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing throughout the whole campaign. And there's no development of the game.
The
There's
later
no-
levels, they throw more enemies at you.
you
That's
don't
about
you
it.
don't
Yeah.
like learn how to use your weapons effectively. You don't get new things that you get to try out and get better at. It's literally just shoot this gun, and you can maybe use a shotgun, and that's the only difference you're gonna get.
And like, okay, here's the sniper level.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a game.
I think
that you
in a lot of
it's a game
ways.
that you can only play through once, and that's why multiplayer is the real thing for
Yeah,
Call of Duty.
that's the real.
Well, and zombies. But I mean,
Well,
That's also multiplayer though.
Yeah.
it's also multiplayer, but even solo, I can play that game forever. I don't know what it is about it.
Zombies.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe the
annoying
open
after
world.
a while.
I really enjoy Nazi Zombies because once again it's the unique thing, and it's something that I think that they did a really good job with it. It's
They
a
really
weird
put a lot
idea.
of time into it and
but
thought.
it was kind of at the beginning of this whole like stupid zombie thing that was going
And
on.
it was just like an
And
Easter
so-
egg that they threw in. They were just like, what can we add to the game to make it different from all other stupid first-person
Nazi
shooters?
zombies.
And they just threw in like, I don't think it's
I mean,
very
that's
popular,
cool.
but whatever.
And then
it actually turned into something, and
it
that was
became
beautiful.
popular, and they expanded on it, and
They brought
got
it back,
better.
and they
It
kind
just-
of died off after a while.
it's
It's degenerated, but
I can't say I'm a big COD fan,
I
especially zombie.
I
but
like
Zombies
zombies,
gets
but I can see the
tedious.
merit. I can see the
Zombies
merit.
gets tedious. Like it's okay when you first start, but after you get good at it, and it takes 8,000 shots to kill one zombie,
True.
I'm just.
I
done.
get-
you get tired of it.
I quit eventually at that point because
just done.
that by that point you're like 3 hours in and you're just like sitting there eating like Cheetos, just playing video
it
games.
is kinda
and
weird
You really
that-
have to go to the bathroom, but you don't want to get up because you're so into your game.
Like zombies boast
Yeah.
infinite levels, kind of. Like you go as long as you can.
Yeah,
but it
that's
gets
true.
to a point where you really,
It's just stupid.
it's pretty much impossible to
But
go.
I
for
actually
it.
don't even play for infinite levels, like as high as I can
Right,
go.
right,
I don't
right.
play just to better my friends and just rub it in their faces. I play it just because I like the game so much.
Well, yeah,
that's
yeah.
just one. That's just me.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just a zombie fan. I love horror movies. I love horror games.
And zombies.
Zombie games are especially something
Okay,
I love.
so right now we're running out of time.
We have to go.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
we need
take a
to take a
break for
break.
a minute, and then we'll jump right back in.
All right.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Like he doesn't even.
He doesn't even get the princess at the end of the game.
Luigi is the most pointless character ever.
He's pretty
Yeah,
much
I
me
mean,
in the Super
they didn't
Mario
make a
World.
game about.
Welcome to the Wendy's Gaming Podcast. We're back from our break, and yeah, so we've been talking about what draws you into games, and we covered a lot of good points: depth, originality,
Good soundtrack.
replayability, soundtracks.
Yes.
Professional opinions and other
Yeah,
opinions.
yeah, like critical
Reviews.
acclaim.
Yeah, critical acclaim, something like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Those are some of the biggest
There's the
things
words.
that make us like, or make us be interested in
Mhm.
games,
Yeah.
whether we like
Not
them or not when
necessarily.
we play them.
You don't
Yeah.
always like it, but that's
Yeah.
generally something you want
Something
in a
that'll-
game.
something
That'll
What you
make
look
wanna
for.
play it.
that'll make you
What you
want
look
to play.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to GameStop and buying like used PlayStation games because they were super cheap.
Yeah, yeah. You
because
just go
it
into
was
the,
like
I did that with
Xbox
GameCube.
era.
the under $10 bin, and
PS2.
you're just like
So I was like,
looking through them,
ooh, they're all
finding
$5.
gems. Yeah.
Ape Escape. This looks awesome. Never played a game like
Just
this
buy
before. Go home and play it. Oh,
I remember.
It's actually
Escape.
really bad.
I had a demo
it
for that.
wasn't great.
It wasn't that good.
I don't know. But then again, games back then, a lot of them were like that.
I liked Ape, but then I was a
It was
kid.
kind of fun.
Like, it was
but,
fun
like,
to play.
Yeah, definitely a kid game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I tried to break that out now, I'd just like,
Yeah.
This is stupid.
All right.
Okay.
So I think we covered the main
Yep.
topic.
Okay.
So let's move on to our list.
Yes.
Our
Top
ranking.
2.
Top 2
Every episode we have a top
Yep.
2 of something, and
And
this
to-
week it is.
Star Wars video games.
There have been more than 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
There have been more than 10 of them.
There's.
I don't know how many, but there's
11.
been a lot.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm,
Exactly 11.
I'm sure there's been less than 100.
Probably.
Well-
probably.
11.
Maybe.
But-
Maybe.
If you count cross-platforms as one game each.
That's true.
No, okay.
That's just. And anyways, so top 2. What would you
Well,
say?
first,
John?
honorable mentions. Ones that didn't make the list. Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 is a pretty sweet game. Many good times were had playing as the droidicas and pissing
Droidicas
everyone
the
off.
best.
That's true.
No
Or
one
Yoda.
likes
Or
droidica
Yoda. No
players.
one can touch you. You just
Yeah,
jump
Yoda.
around on everybody.
Yeah,
Hero characters are the best.
that's definitely an honorable mention.
Playing Hunt on Hoth and
Han
playing as
Solo
the
was the
Waldas.
strongest
Yeah.
character in the game. Han Solo's strongest.
He was.
Like he just kills
You're right.
everything in like
You
3
could just
shots.
shoot everything.
Okay.
For sure. Also,
Honorable mention.
this is a Carson exclusive.
Honorable mention. Battlefront #1, specifically when you go to Jabba's palace and you go into the Rancor pit and you try to kill the Rancor, and even though it's impossible, you still try, and you try to aim the grenade directly in his mouth, and he always picks you up and eats you. Except there's one glitch where you can crouch down and he'll pick you up, and if he eats you in a certain way, you'll spray health out, and it's really awesome. And I tried that a million times, and I could never kill the Rancor. I wasted a lot of hours on that game.
So that specific part is an
honorable
honorable
mention.
mention for the top 2 Star Wars games. And those are actually the only ones. So basically the Battlefront series, honorable mention,
Just good.
but
all
didn't
around.
make the cut.
Except for the PSP ones that were good.
And
We
Battlefront
don't
3,
talk
which
about
was
that.
supposed
We
to
don't
come
talk
out
about
and did.
PSP doesn't exist in my mind.
PS
I
what?
never did.
What? Okay. Yeah.
So
PSP.
the top 2, number 2, in no particular order really,
Yeah. Actually. Yeah. There's no
but one of the top 2 is
Republic Commando.
boom.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
I
First
love
person
that
You
shooter.
could like command the Republic.
Do you even know what it's about?
Never played it.
Yeah, I
It's so-
haven't played it.
it's
It's
so
a first person shooter.
It
It's
has
like
one of the
it's
best
squad based.
campaigns
Yeah, it has
ever
the
in Star
campaign is so
Wars.
amazing.
It's so good, and it's not even through the thing I like about it is it's not through the perspective of the Jedi. It's through the perspective of the ground.
yeah, a clone.
Of a clone.
Of the grunts,
clone-
you know, the real.
Okay,
The real body of
they're the
the
clone
army.
commandos, so they're like
Well,
not
they're still kind of like
boring.
super clones, but
Yeah.
it's still not
They're like
through
the
the,
cool
eyes
clones.
of like Jedi, and
Uh-huh.
it's through it's a unique perspective
And all-
on a game where
and all
it's
4
classic and we're
characters
all
in
so
it.
close to
Yeah,
it. It's a unique
and there's-
perspective
For
on
a
the game.
series.
Yeah.
That
Not
we're
the-
all
not a game
familiar with.
specifically,
Not a
series
specific
that
game, but
everybody
yes, you're
knows.
right.
Yeah.
A specific series.
One that
Yeah.
everybody should
I,
know.
stuff.
I loved
Kind
how
of a
each of
new
the
take on it.
characters. I love how each of the
Like,
characters
there
had
you
different personalities. That was great.
Okay, our other one.
Number 1, the best, or no,
Not no particular order.
Yeah.
Yeah, no particular order.
Yeah,
Personally,
what I think is the
my
number
favorite.
1. What I think is the number 1.
Personally,
I would have gone with Lego Star Wars, but hey,
It was
you know.
3 against 1. It's
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
yes.
The first one.
Yes,
Classic.
the first one.
My
I
number
enjoyed
one.
the second one, but not nearly as much as I
Yeah.
enjoyed the
The
first.
first one was second sequels are never.
It's definitely one of the few,
Sometimes.
It's one of the few like RPG games
Mm.
that I've ever really gotten into, and mostly just because it was on Xbox, so it was more accessible to me.
For sure.
And I really enjoyed the characters that you could collect around you, the party that you can build, and how each of them has their own individual backstory that you can expand upon throughout the whole game, depending on which characters you're with more and which characters you talk to more. And I also enjoy how the morality system affects the game. Even if it doesn't affect the storyline, it does change how certain characters view you.
And that was kind of an original, not like a completely original to that game, but there are a lot of games out now that actually still do that.
Yeah,
but that was actually one of the first that actually came out with it. I thought that was pretty cool.
I have breaking news from the Breaking News Center. There have actually been 117 full-title Star Wars games.
Really? Oh,
wow.
117.
So you were wrong.
That's a lot.
I was wrong.
You were all wrong.
Like, I'm thinking there are probably a lot of, like, really old ones that were just,
right,
like,
that we just don't know about.
Like,
yeah, and,
Star Wars
like
episode...
Game Boy games.
like, there are things like Star Wars Connect.
Star Wars
Yeah.
episode
Like, that's
1
a Star
Pod
Wars game.
Racer.
Like,
Those are really...
there's a lot of games
The
that we
original
really-
Star Wars games that came out when the movies came out on like the giant arcade cabinets that were all vectors and
Yeah.
just lines.
Good point.
Those things were awesome. I love this. I love playing.
We forgot one of our
Snowspeeder
honorable
one.
mentions. Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer for the Game Boy
Oh,
Color.
yes.
Oh, that
The one
one,
where you had to
yeah.
have a battery for the game cartridge itself.
Star
so
Wars
it could,
episode
like,
1 Pod
rumble.
Racers.
It was a pretty great game. Not
Yeah.
really. I was terrible at it.
Not a
but
real Star Wars
but
game.
it was
Doesn't
it was
count.
it was
Not actually
I tried. I tried.
Yeah. Pretty epic. Alright.
All right. What's next?
Anything else
I'm
to add about KOTOR?
I'm alright.
It's a good
Anything?
game. It's a good game.
Yeah, I
Good
like the
stuff in
idea
it.
of
Yes, there you
I
go.
really
Star
recommend
Wars.
trying it out if you're a fan of like
RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool that they kind of went in depth with the story aspect and like
and that it
I mean
has nothing
all the
to
games
do
had
with
stories.
It has
but
nothing to do with anything about the the movies or the. It's completely its own
that it's,
story.
that it's set in the
its own
Star
thing.
Wars
It's its own
universe,
thing.
but it's
But
an
it's-
original game.
Yes.
That's
It
cool.
The also thing I like about it is it set the standard for BioWare, the company that made it, for the.
They made a lot of popular
Yeah,
games.
they make tons of great RPGs, and it was
Mass
like, it was one of their first RPGs, and it made them known like as a great RPG
You're right.
developer.
It really brought them into the market, and they said, "Hey, we're actually a good company, and people start paying
We're
attention."
cool. Buy our games,
Cool too, guys.
and people bought their games.
Yeah, it worked.
For better or worse.
It really worked.
No. Anyways,
Yep.
I think that covers the top two pretty well. There are 115 other Star Wars games didn't make the cut.
Sorry, guys.
Pretty exclusive here on the WGP. Okay,
Yeah.
now the best part of the show. 100% pure North American tweets.
Where we,
yeah.
where we read
Yes.
tweets from real North Americans.
Yes.
Or
Real-
Sweden or Ireland.
Real tweets. 100% pure.
100%.
Pure.
from real people.
Pure
in
real,
places.
just
From real
North
places.
American, just.
Mm.
Alright, number one.
Okay, this tweet I've got right here is from Dark Frost 6. And he says, or she, I don't really know, "Hey WGP, what's the best video game soundtrack?" So that sort of goes off what Carson was
Yeah,
saying
it's-
about music. And so I'll
That's a really hard
let's
one.
have Carson say start off this one.
You know, I was gonna use Pokemon, but you know what? After you talking about Valve, I'm gonna say Half-Life 2. I'm actually gonna go and say Half-Life 2.
That game did have a
Alright.
good soundtrack.
Good soundtrack.
Like
I liked
I've
it.
said,
and I like the game itself.
Like
I mean,
I've said,
just
I don't
like
focus
both
too much on the
Yeah.
soundtrack. I'm not very much of a
soundtrack
player
kind
with
of
sound.
guy.
Yeah,
Fallout 3.
I do enjoy
You
the Fallout 3
enjoyed. I
soundtrack.
enjoyed that. You did too. That was also one of them.
I think the fun part about it is just the ridiculous songs on the radio
Yeah,
that you listen to while
You
you're
can
playing.
either listen to old 50s music, or you can
Or
listen
you
to
can
like
listen to
American
patriotic.
marching.
Uh-huh.
Very patriotic marches. It's different.
I like
It's unique.
in Bad Company, Battlefield Bad Company, the golf carts. And you can change the radio station. There's a bunch of different ones on there. Like, such a
Oh,
small
yeah.
feature with such
There was,
that was pretty sweet.
Saints Row and Saints Row 2. You could always
Yeah,
get in the
yeah,
car
and, like, Grand
and
Theft Auto,
switch it,
all
switch
those
the
games
stations,
have
and they had all kinds of like pop,
of radio.
metal, rock and roll. They had all that
Yeah.
stuff, and it was a unique feature that really brought the game into me. And I was like, I just love driving
Like,
around cars
just
just to listen to the radio.
to the radio.
Like
yeah.
like
Yeah, they actually
People
have like
listen to, any radio station.
you can find
want.
playlists
It's
on
awesome.
YouTube for like all the songs that were in the radios for those
That's
games.
I
That's
listen.
pretty
I just
cool.
listen to the radio and like Need for Speed games.
Yeah.
True.
Like you
That
just
too.
drive around,
Yeah.
just like all the radio
Need for
stations.
Speed, Hot Pursuit. I love that game.
Yeah.
Awesome music. I just love the music they selected for that
Yeah,
game. I
the
don't know
original
why.
Hot Pursuit.
Yeah. I still like the new
And-
one. I really like
That's
it,
sweet.
but the original one had.
And
Pretty sweet.
what's our next one? Next tweet.
Next tweet.
Wait, I want to talk about soundtrack.
Yeah, soundtrack. We're still talking about soundtrack. Come on, Mitchell.
Think about Dark Frost 6.
Sorry, Dark.
What if
Think about Dark Frost.
he or she wants us to answer his question or her question in our entirety, its entirety, from.
I respect your ambiguity.
Okay. So, John,
Yeah, okay.
your favorite soundtrack from any game?
Okay. Oh, I just get to do the top one?
Well, your
What-
favorite,
what's-
top one of
what's the
yours,
best?
because I
I'd
gave
probably
mine.
go Fez. Fez. It's a indie game. Xbox 360, coming to Steam May 1st, 2013.
Probably
Really
pick it
good
up.
soundtrack, and they're coming out with a remix album. And lots of Super Nintendo soundtracks. Chrono
Yeah,
Trigger,
Super
Final
Nin-
Fantasy 6,
Super Nintendo
Earthbound.
games
Mhm.
generally
Chrono
were known
Trigger is
for
Just want
their
to get all this out there. Donkey Kong Country, Borderlands,
Donkey Kong Country was a good one.
Animal Crossing, Wild World.
Okay, calm down. That's not. Peter,
Okay.
your it's
I'm
on you
gonna-
now. Your turn.
I'm gonna sort of go
Super
with
Meat Boy.
Carson. I do like all those games, John.
Sorry.
Yes.
John.
And sort of like Carson and what I said earlier, I think the best video game soundtrack would have to be Portal 2. Everything from Portal 2. I loved all the music in that game.
That's
Just-
that's respectable.
And I loved how the music would change depending on
That
what
was
you were
pretty
doing.
sweet.
That was really
That
cool.
was pretty sweet.
That's-
The faster you go, it goes like.
yeah.
It speeds up or slows down.
It
or
really gets you into the
changes
game.
however you're playing.
It gets pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
Pretty cool.
And then
Yeah.
the last song, both Portal 1 and Portal 2 had great ending
it was
songs.
pretty
Yeah.
It was unique. It was different. I liked it.
I got a soft spot in my heart for the first Portal.
Yeah.
But Portal 2 was pretty sweet. Like, that was one of my favorite parts was the dynamic music.
Yeah, that was just awesome.
Moving around.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because the first Portal, the music in it was kind of
There was
barely any.
there wasn't a,
There's like
there was
two
the radio.
spots.
The radio.
There was the radio.
That was
Yeah,
the best.
There's the radio, and then there was
That
that
was awesome.
one spot at the end where there's like
The epic.
the
like,
epic music, and I'm like, where'd the music been the whole time?
yeah.
And then it was just suddenly there, and then you win the game, and then they play the cool song.
That game was cool.
That game was awesome.
Hate to move you guys along, but we're
Alright, whatever.
We're running
A little
short
bit
on time.
Whatever,
Gotta
man.
keep it moving.
Okay,
So
next week.
Next.
Okay, this one is from Haley Ting, I think.
Haley
I
Ting.
think it's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Haley.
And her question is, I'm assuming it's her. This time, what is the worst game you played in the last month? Mine was Sonic and the Secret Rings. Why is there
Question mark?
Yeah, why is there a question mark? Yeah.
Anyway, I think
Because the whole thing
because
is
the
a
whole thing
question.
is essentially.
But there's
Anyway.
2 question marks.
Oh. Oh, there's 2 question marks. Okay.
We will berate you on your use of
That is
punctuation.
not. That is a grammatical
Anyway.
fallacy.
If you tweet at us, we will tear you apart.
Of course not.
Anyway.
Not
No,
on
no,
video.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
and
fine.
Just a note before I forget at the end of this segment, you can tweet at us at Wendy's Gaming. Yeah.
All right.
Twitter.
So,
Okay.
Twitter.
Mitchell,
Worst
why don't
game.
you start us off, Mitchell?
The worst game I've played
In the past month.
last month.
In the last.
I have an answer.
I
Let
haven't.
Mitchell finish.
I haven't had.
You're next.
I haven't had a lot of time to play games the last month.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Mitchell's turn.
Sorry.
Mitchell.
I honestly, the last month. Let's see.
Solitaire.
Yeah. Honestly, all I do the only reason I play solitaire is just to pass the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really counts. I guess it counts as a video game, but it's really a card game on the computer. It's not.
Well, whatever, man.
Honestly, I haven't really been playing a lot of games as I've been pretty busy lately. So I couldn't really tell you a worst game that I played in the last month.
Alright, yeah. John,
I could.
since you have one, why don't you
Okay.
go forward and tell us?
Check this out. This is
Okay.
a little known game. It's made by like probably some middle schoolers or 14-year-olds.
Okay.
I found it on. Well, I found it by Googling Soap Man because I ended up
Yeah.
typing Soap Man and I was like, that sounds cool. I'm gonna Google that. And it's a game on the Planet Minecraft forums developed by some 14-year-olds. And there's
Is it
like
called?
3 levels. It's a platformer made in like Game Maker 6 or something.
I love that. I used to use that.
Dude.
I used to use that when I was
Yes,
10.
Game Maker 6 is the best.
When I was
man.
10, I got that illegally from the internet, and man, did I use that
It
thing.
was free, wasn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
Maybe you got the pro.
no, yeah, I think I got the. Yeah.
Anyways,
keep
You
going.
need to
So-
rest it.
yeah, it's just a crappy like platformer.
Yeah.
You're a bar of soap and you jump and don't
sounds
hit
fun.
the little spikes. Really not very tight controls.
Okay.
Well, you are playing as a bar of soap.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you don't
You can't really
it-
expect like quality gaming from
Yeah,
bar of
so
soap.
You
Soap Man's
affected to be a
little
bit
loose,
slippery.
Let's put it that way.
Okay, Peter, and your.
If that counts. Oh, but
Your
I
worst
bought a
game?
T-shirt that says "Soap Man" and has soap bars because I want to support these kids and because it's hilarious. All
That's awesome.
right, Peter.
Okay.
Your turn.
Mine isn't exactly a computer game or anything. The worst game I've played was a Android game on my phone.
Right.
That
those
counts.
are-
Coin Dozer on my phone.
Ooh, do you
Oh
pull
yeah.
those coins?
On the
I-
bus.
I-
It's really bad.
Do you
was watching
sleep on
It's,
coins?
it's like playing an arcade game.
Yeah.
I was
It's like,
watching him play
like
it.
in an arcade. You
Basically,
just put quarters in and it drops
You
tokens.
drop the
And then
tokens
you,
in.
you try and get the
Yeah.
tokens to get
Yeah.
pushed off the edge.
And
if you get
like,
tokens
wait,
pushed
and-
off the
and-
edge, you win tickets.
Like you,
Oh.
and,
And
but
so-
you don't even win tickets in
you-
this game. Instead, you
just-
just win more tokens
You
to
say-
put on to push more tokens down. And occasionally, you get prizes that make it so you get more tokens after a time.
That sounds awesome.
I was
It's
watching him play it on the
basically
bus
just an endless
actually.
loop.
and
It's
I
pretty
was
much
like,
just
it looked
a cap,
interesting. It
And
looked
then when you
really
run out of tokens,
Basic-
you have to.
basically-
Coins
You- basic-
forever?
Basically, you just sit there and
Forever
Is it on
coins.
iOS?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Holy
is.
crap.
I believe I think I actually have it right here.
John's
Okay,
looking at it right
well,
now.
we'll say that for later.
Okay.
That's
It's not a good.
very good.
It's not actually that good.
that is probably the best
Right here.
game I will ever play,
Okay.
and I'm gonna play.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Coin Dozer.
It's
Is that a
different-
ripoff?
It's
It's probably
Okay,
the same
so
thing.
they're essentially the same thing.
On that
Anyway.
note, it's
So those are the worst games.
Yeah.
And that's the end of our
on
tweets.
that note we're gonna
and
have
the end
to
of our show.
end the
Yeah,
show.
we're running low,
Yep.
we're running
Have to
short
end
on
the
time, so we're
Yep.
gonna have to
Sadly.
end the show.
I think this was a
We're gonna
pretty good
have to go.
podcast.
Uh,
Even the best things end at some point.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
I mean that was pretty good.
Yeah.